So it's the same thing as this. There's no real difference, right? You've got that, and we've got that. You feel the weight in the hips because of that figure of 8 movement. To change things up a little, do a female walk cycle. It's the same thing, really. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but the female walk is literally, you know, it's all just exaggerating the hips. So what you have is you have the hip like this, right? I'm just going to kind of do it straight ahead, right? Let's just, I'm going to kind of turn, I'm going to have the contact position like this, right? Let's make her a little bit pigeon-toed and more graceful, because I happen to believe that women and females are more graceful. I don't care if people disagree with me on that. People can disagree with me about the taste of coffee. That's fine. Right, so then we're going to have the opposite side. Did I say I wasn't going to do it? Oh well, it's so easy for me. Right, so I'm going to change that foot out that way. Like that. So already I've kind of got the hips turning, right? Like this. Boom. Right? As long as you also understand anatomy, right? That's going to help you in drawing the knee movements and all that kind of stuff. Let's just throw that in there. This could double up as another video. Female leg locomotion, right? Okay, so let's go to the side, right? Now the side is going to be a little bit more subtle, but I'm going to keep the hips leveled like that, right? I like a certain kind of female, as you can see with my, I like everybody, but my taste for females as a male, you can probably tell from the way I'm drawing, right? So this is going to go like this, right? And I'm gonna have the pass position a little more subtle, like this, right? I'll have the body to the side here, right? So this body, I will have a slight rotation here. So I'll do this with the line here, right? Now I will level the line up, right? Bum, bum. Right, so now let's do the other side. Right, so I'm gonna straighten that knee for the pass position. Notice how to get the straight knee. I think of the bones, which is why we as animators, we focus on oh, my OBS is already there, right? I was looking for the chat. If I want to see the chat, it's there now. Why we as animators, we focus on the bones. So I then level that leg up like that, right? That gets my anatomy in relation to the bones, right? So this thing, I believe I should have moved a little bit further out to that side. Right, like that. Let's get that figure of 8. Then this pass position, I'll have the knee. I won't have the knee coming too much in there like that. I gotta manage it in line to the figure of 8. So again, this position, the body will be turned this way, so then it will be leveling up again like that. Okay, bum bum bum. Already you can see we've got that that female vibe going in the extremes, right? Bum 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 bum, right? So same principle, we just exaggerate it, right? The down, we're not going to necessarily have her coming down so much, but we're going to play with the hip, right? We're going to play with the hip box, right? Which is going to be like this, right? Then this is going to turn inwards, maybe lower. I want to keep that in like that, right? So we have something like that. Then this is going to come lower here, and I'm going to keep that turned more, right? This is going to be like this, right? So this is already like this, but it's going to be more like this, right? Bum, 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 right? Now we're going to kind of level it up again. Bum, bum, bum. I'm going to do it on this side now. How long this stream? Only an hour, and I've got a lot to do today. That's why I'm thinking about the stream time. Right, so again here, we're going to bring this knee forward. Right, I'm going to link that to the hips. I'm coming out of the figure of 8 because I'm kind of working anatomy into my drawing, which is what you got to be careful about. So when I'll tidy it up, I'll go back and sort that out. But doesn't matter what we're drawing, these fundamental rules, they're extremely important. They apply 100%, right? So then here we've got this. Now we're like this. Right, I'm going to turn this even more, right? Before we come back up to this again. Let's just copy this, paste that in, right? So we've got this now, right? So now we're going to throw in the up, right? So the up is going to be more like what you do in the training library here. It's going to be a lot more subtle as we bring that foot back on itself. Here we need to understand what's going on with the legs. So then the knee is going to kind of be here as the knee swings forward. But we're not really going to focus on the let's just have that out here like this. Figure out the arc of the lower limb, right, as that straightens up. More like that. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. You got to really, the more you kind of sell this, the more you have to understand how the anatomy of the pelvis works from a life drawing perspective, all right? There's no way of going around it if you want to get more realistic, but you do have to still understand these animation fundamentals of the figure of eight. You can draw till the cows come home, but if you don't have the drawings following the animation rules of the figure of eight, it's all gonna be a waste of drawing, right? So just to remind you people who think it's all about drawing and see he's relying on his muscles and all that to convey the realism, but they're following the right arc, right? If it ain't following the right arc, right, then it's a waste and it ain't gonna look nice, right? So, and arcing is something that people who don't animate just think, oh yeah, I'm gonna do my Eeyore laugh. That's what I say to that, right? I wonder how many of you know who Eeyore is. Come on, you must know who Eeyore is. Awesome character. SNK, King of Fighters, right? So let's have that. Right, okay, so very quick. We now have, I've got to kind of like copy and paste it to loop it because it's kind of contrasting with our ducky, right? Let's just hold shift. Oh dear, this Wacom Express key thing is not as responsive as I'd like it to be for certain keys. Base panels. Edit base panels. Alright. Did that even save? Let's press Control S. Let's just do it this way. Okay. Paranoid about that. Wacom Express key, right? So here we can see the female walk cycle, right? All following the figure of eight. Extremely. So it's the same thing as this. There's no real difference, right? You've got that, and we've got that. You feel the weight in the hips because of that figure of eight movement. I can't be more specific. So remember, people, if you want to learn more, consider joining my training library, where I don't just rush through it. I give you step-by-step tutorials. So go to ambaniimation.com. You can watch, if you think, well, this guy's good at giving us information, but what is his animation like? Watch this. This is pretty much animated completely by me. Everything, including the backgrounds, painted up and colored and everything. So if you want to learn from somebody that can animate, and by the way, a lot of this was animated live to show off to you guys just how badass I am, right? If you wanna if you wanna learn to be at that level, I'm showing you how to do it, right? I'm showing you completely with my Real Animator Training Library. Real Animator Training Library has been the labor of love, passionately built over the past 5 years by me, giving you pretty much everything I know in step-by-step tutorials. You can read all this, you can watch all these videos if you're really interested. You're not just, some of you might just watch the stream and go, take my money, right? I'm all for that. But if you're really going to spend and invest, then you need to watch and read all this stuff. We got two kinds of things. Edutainment archives, I won't talk too much about. Again, if you're interested, there's a bunch of videos in here that you can watch that kind of give you the overview. But edutainment's pretty much like what you've just seen me do today. Quick demos with fun and talking and no real training going on, right? Training is where you're going to go. We had a little look earlier. You're going to go in here and you're going to look at these you can either buy them in bundles or buy them one by one. So let's go in the intermediate archive, for example. You're going to go and you're going to follow step-by-step videos. You can watch this to see what's happening, but solid drawing character turnaround. So step-by-step, you're going to watch this one video where we create a turnaround of this flour sack. That'll kind of show you... hopefully the darn thing up there we go. Hopefully that, so we're going to create a turnaround of this flour sack. It's in here somewhere. There's a prime of it. Prime example of it. Watch the video. You can't watch this video playing, but basically I had a nice video of the flour sack rotating. So you learn that step by step, then you go squash and stretch. Right? You'll see this series. You got a 3-part squash and stretch series. So you don't just watch the video like this, you watch this video and go, yeah, okay, I'm going to try it with my own character. There's none of that going on. This is real animator training. You have to literally draw exactly what I draw. You have to follow along with the video, draw exactly what I draw. You can pause the video if you don't get it. This is extremely powerful and it really does garner results. I've had people going off to work in the anime industry. I've had people going off to go and make award-winning films. I've had people to go off and do all kinds of things who have studied along with my training library. I've even had people from the industry who've worked on established shows. So again, you've got like follow through, overlap and drag. This is all. The flour sack series has around about 3 to 4 videos. You then go into the 4-step human walk cycle. So you learn how to make a 4-step cycle with this series. Quadruped, basic quadruped trot. Okay, you got 5 videos talking about the back legs, the front legs, how to put the back legs and front legs together, what to do with the head, how to time it. Okay, so you basically go through that with a walk, you go through that with a trot, you go through that with a canter, you go through that with a double suspension gallop or a single suspension gallop, sorry. And you go through that with a double suspension gallop as well. So if you're wondering what about human walks, well, as I demonstrated, that's in an archive earlier. These are all follow along archives, the basic archive. What you watched me do here, right? This is a lot more fun and a lot more cartoony and a lot more proficiently done because I'm not doing it at a basic level, even though I said it's the basic fundamentals. But let's be real, you know, so if you go into the front walk cycle, you're going to learn how to do it with this stick figure, all right? But the stick figure is going to teach you construction secrets, all right? So while this may move nicer in a sense, this is going to develop you a lot better at your fundamentals of volume control, arcs and things like that. So you're going to learn about a front walk cycle through these 4 videos, the legs, the arms, the head. So you do that all in the basics archive. In the pro archive, you're going to learn all about volume control. So earlier today you saw me doing this big beast of a character here, you know. To get to that level, you got to work on what we call the secret science of shape simplification. You've got a 5-part video series on drawing the head. Okay, doing a head rotation and maintaining all the volumes of the facial features. Then you've got a complete body turnaround, 15 parts of doing a human body, entire human body turnaround, where you learn the construction, you learn the muscles and all therefore and all that stuff. afterwards. So you've got all of that going on in there. So that is the Real Animator Training Library, the world's best learning resource in the craft of hand-drawn animation. If you wish to be able to produce work to this standard, it certainly is right at your fingertips right now.